She's talking about trust to be unlocked to the crest. Welcome, guests. Alphanoa is just about ready to leave you behind. We mustn't dare dally here any longer, Firemac. If Viklu isn't here to truth our travails of the first, you of all people should be present. Yes, I know. Ah.
I'm sorry. You mean to tell me not only that the return of night was your doing, but that you hail from another world as well?
Everything we told you, of the source, the shards, the 7 umbral calamities, all of it is true. I realize how fantastical it sounds, and I would not blame you for doubting our testimony. But given your expertise, you must surely have noted the peculiar nature of their souls.
Any other time and I would have dismissed your stories as balderdash and flummery. But upon closer inspection, 'tis plain their souls are far denser than is normal, and that they do not possess true bodies. Save you. Your body is your own. And your soul is the densest of them all.
As I said before, were it not for their heroism, the skies over Northrend would still be awash with light, the realm yet at the mercy of 4-3 and the Sin Eaters.
Mm-hmm.
After all they have done for our home, seeing them safely back to their own, it seems the very least we can do.
Your tale is intriguing. Yes, very intriguing indeed. Simply to hear it is fitting payment in itself. As for your friends, I can but agree. Their valorous deeds on behalf of Norvrant are deserving of recognition, of their own fitting payment.
You will help us then?
I will. I would see my knowledge put to good use for a change. I do have one condition, however. I am not the spry young Numo I once was. As such, I will require assistance in my fieldwork and testing.
You got it.
It would be our pleasure. We'll be laboring for our own benefit after all.
You have spun quite a tale, but tell me, have you given any thought as to how you might return to your world? White Arsite, you say, an intriguing proposition, but one which fails to account for the present state of your souls. They have become highly charged, likely as consequence of having maintained tangible forms for so long. In such an energetic, unstable state, there is no telling what may happen to their souls within the Arsite. They could very well become immutable to transference, never to be restored to their bodies. Then, would it be possible to force our souls into a state of dormancy prior to the transference? In theory, yes, but the soul is not a candle to be snuffed out and relit on a whim. Well, that sounds ominous. What exactly would rendering our souls dormant entail? In order to maintain a corporeal form, your souls constantly draw ether from your surroundings. This process must be halted, and the resulting surfeit of ether removed. Your minds would ultimately be separated from these fox bodies of yours, rendering you incapable of interacting with the world around you. A cruel fate under normal circumstances, but one which will be rectified upon your return home. Leaving lifeless husks, like those poor souls at the end of Journey's Head, corrupted by the Sin Eaters, their ether made stagnant by the light. Corrupted? Stagnant? Might I see these unfortunate individuals? Why, do you think you might be able to help them? I might, or I might not, but I shan't know for sure until I have seen their condition firsthand. Then I would be glad to take you to them, on the understanding that you won't do anything which might increase their suffering. It was my faith in man that I lost, not my compassion. Well, I see no need for all of us to accompany you. While you escort our guests to the inn, I will assist Oranje in creating the requisite Arsite. I believe my talents would be better applied to the endeavor as well. Might I leave the three of you to assist Biklug as necessary? Biklug. Let us make for Amarang then. Like I said, guys, I'm not gonna do voices at the moment. I'm trying to crunch a lot in the little limited time I have. And if you guys don't enjoy that, then I apologize. I'm not doing voices. And I'm kind of speedy reading that. I might toss in a voice every now and then if I feel comfortable enough, if I can do it fast. Otherwise, I think I'm just gonna speed read. Biklug. And sometimes I can't even speed read because it's just voice cutscenes, in which case I will let them speak. So this is Halric, is it? Yes, his etheric balance leans perilously close toward the light, towards stasis. What do you suppose will happen to him? Not too bright, are you, boy? The same as all poor souls corrupted by the light. He will become a Sin Eater. You don't know that. We've defeated the Wardens and banished the light from the night sky. Halric was completely unresponsive before, but now... Then perhaps there is yet hope. If I may, there is a treatment I wish to administer to the patients. What sort of treatment? In the course of my studies of the soul, I once created a tonic which could temporarily stimulate the ether in one's body. After some refinement, it came to be used by the Knights of Verbert. Then for far darker purposes. Lest it fall into the wrong hands, I swore never again to make it, but for their sakes, I will break that oath. It is not like to reverse the saccadation, mind you, but it should offer some measure of relief. Tadin. Here you go, Tadin. Has some Sultanic. And I guess you already had some in place. Tadin stares blankly at you. It would seem the tonic has no effect. Dang, well that sucks. But we want for change. We want change. What was that? What is this warmth I feel in my chest? Well, that guy liked it. And then we got Voinet. Come now. You mustn't fret. You mustn't fret. Do you like that? I feel warm, and my legs they don't feel as heavy. Ooh, yeah. We're making progress, making progress, making progress, making progress, making progress. Now then, have you noted any change in the patients? A notable rise in body temperature and increased motor function in most of the patients at least. The more severely affected show no response. As I feared then. 'Tis true, with the restoration of night, the corrupting influence of the light will no longer grow, and yes, their bodies will naturally return to equilibrium given time, but this holds true for their corporeal ether. Their incorporeal ether, that of the soul, is not so easily mended. Which is why those in the later stages of corruption, like Haldrick, appear unaffected by your tonic. Precisely. The boy's soul's too far gone, his mind held together by the finest of threads. There is a chance he may one day recover, of course, but it would take years, decades even. By the gods, he could wake to find himself an old man. A fine reward for his persistence, the opportunity to mourn the life he never had a chance to live. No, there must be something we can do. Look, I realize this is not the way we petition. This is not why we petition your aid, but do you think it's possible we can find a way to hasten the recovery? Maybe. Nor do I think it impossible that in treating them we might learn something of relevance to your own predicament. Nice. Alright, Beaklug. Good for the soul. Beaklug is ready to speak of the metaphysical. The metaphysical. I suspect the crystal Ezra told you of my past, that I was once a mage of the Royal Court of Berber, and that soulcraft was my field of study. The tonic you administered to the patients here is one of the fruits of my labors. I hope to do great things for the kingdom. But in the end, my knowledge brought only sufferings, a plague like the like of which you had never seen in the hands of unscrupulous men. What should have been my greatest triumph became my greatest shame. You must dwell on the past, and now we have a chance to redeem yourself. At least the warriors alive brought those responsible to justice. I like that one. Aye, that they did. I shudder to think what might have happened had they not. But let us return to the task at hand, finding a means by which we might revitalize these people's incorporeal ether. Do you think it can be done? Were the skies still ablaze with primordial light, I would call it an exercise in futility, but now we may have a chance. The method I have in mind will entail the conjuring of a familiar. They are able to amplify the energies poured into them, making them the perfect conduit for the ether revitalizing magics we will ultimately employ. If we're about to launch into a lengthy explanation of the metaphysics of your plan, don't bother. I'd rather get on with doing whatever it is that needs to be done. If it is all the same to you, whatever reagents must be procured or spells invoked, I'll do it. Thank you, Alice. See this, some text boxes. I admire your spirit very well. For your first task will be to gather the necessary materials, the purest of waters and the finest of clays, as well as a fade lantern brimming with pixie magic. Cool. If you're convinced that the resulting familiar could help the patients, fine. Elfin of the water and clay will be simple enough, but I think I know what we'll have to do to get the lantern. You don't mean? The pixies took quite a liking to us before. If we humoured them with our company, I'm sure they'll be willing to help us. Fine. I'll pay a visit to Ilmeg, though I never thought you would be the one to suggest going back there. I'm impressed you've been there at all, let alone befriended the Fae folk. Oh, while you're about it, seek out the new Mo of Pla Inne. They will be able to supply you with water suitable for our needs. Right, let's get this over with, shall we? There still remains the matter of the clay. Might I prevail upon you to find it? Ba-ba-dee-bee-ba-ba-do. Clay from Amarang would likely be best. Know you have anyone who might be able to assist us? I could ask the miners at Twine. Yeah, let's go Twine. Screw the Motor Sweep guys. Ah, yes, they'll be able to point you in the right direction, I am sure. While you and the twins are occupied, I will see that there's aught else I can learn of the stagnation which afflicts the people here. I wonder if I mention Mords, they would also be helpful. Like, it doesn't matter, it just do one or the other, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe I just chose right. Firemac, whoa, what a coincidence! You come at a good time. We've just this moment's finished repairing the Talos and trolley you lot took to Nabatharang. The trolley was no problem, but the Talos would have been another matter had we had not visited from Master Chai. Had a visit from Master Chai. He offered us the share of the leftover building materials from the Daedalus Stoneworks, as well as a few trade secrets to help us along. Clever man that Chai does. He seemed pretty keen on the ideas I had for putting the giant Talos to work. Like a giant trolley, but Magnus still refuses to see all the good we could do with it. You're entitled to your dreams, Jarek, but that doesn't mean you go harassing our guests with them. Master Chai was just being polite. And something tells me Firemac here didn't come all the way to talk about trolleys. What is it you need, friend? I need some damn clay, yo. Give me some clay. Give me clay. Clay. I'm gonna rush. Give me some clay. Give me some clay. Oh, I see this in the familiar. Familiar requires clay from Almarang. Well, look no further. If anyone can find some quality clay, it's us. Saying that isn't exactly a commodity nowadays, but there must be some lurking somewhere or other, waiting to be dug up. If I'm mistaken, there was a time when they used to take clay from Mount Biron mines to make adobe bricks. Place in swarming coyotes now, but if you're after the good stuff, you could do worse than to look there. Thank you, Magnus. Thank you, guys. You get on with your trolleys and have fun with your trolleys. In the meantime, I will get this freaking clay from over there, I guess. Let's go. I want to get this done. I want to get this done so badly. I just want to get it done, guys. You don't understand how much stress I'm under. Well, it's not really a stress, but it's anxiety, I guess. I don't know. I'm afraid I'm not going to have enough time because I know what else that needs to be done. Stuff's going to happen. People are going to bother me. I'm going to have to get up and do stuff. And I'm like, oh man, I just want to finish streaming, guys. I just want to finish streaming and get it done. I just want to get it done, man. This would be a great day to have insomnia, to be honest with you. Because, oh my gosh, if I had insomnia, then I can just keep streaming and never stop. But I'm not that kind of person. I would need to, you know, do the thing. Quick! God damn it! Look, you fuck! I'm trying to do something right now. Thank you. Trying to get some freaking clay. Can't have no ovum nannies coming up to me doing all this. Oh my god, get away. Sure, we'll deal with that. Quick, before it hits me! Did it. Awesome. Wait, you wanna mess with me? You wanna mess with me, dude? You wanna mess with me? You're gonna take this. Die. Ah, die. Chug will kill it faster. Where am I going? Yeah, we did it. Oh, it's Christmas, sorry. Just wanted this. It is December, so yeah. I do intend at least persist as long as this recording reaches its time. The twins have returned in one piece at that. I was convinced the pixies would turn at least one of them into a garden ornament, but no. That's death. You have the clay, I take it? Luckily, it's not a thing. Wonderful, we need but combine the clay and the water, then heat the mixture with the Fey Lantern. After that, it will be a simple matter of settling upon a suitable form and perform the necessary incantation. Big Luke, I have a question. In the event that we had needed the spell and you weren't around, would it be possible for another to perform the incantation? Assuming they possess the requisite skill, yes. Halric and the others have suffered so much, and I swore to do everything in my power to save them. If there's a chance the spell could do that, I would be the one to evoke it. Mayhap you should be the one to do so. A deep understanding of the subject's physical state combined with a strong desire to help them can drastically increase the magic's effects, and you are plainly more familiar with these people than I. I dare say there are a few in all of Northern who are more dedicated to find a cure. Is that not so, Firemac? I guess. Absolutely, she's the best one for the job. Very few, if I'm going, yeah, you're the best one for the job. I'll give it my all for Halric, for Teslin. Then, when we're all We're all of a mind on the matter. I was able shall be the one to conjure the familiar. Cool, awesome. Can we just continue now, please? Come on.
Let us begin.
Oh, this is voice cutscene now.
I trust you've prepared the clay. Very good. Now, I would have you sculpt for me a Porxie. Plump, with floppy ears and a short curly tail.
A Porxie. I think I know what you mean.
Dreidel, 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 I made you out of clay.
There we are. How's that?
Nope. Wow.
Well, it is certainly creative. There's no denying that.
I'm like, oh no, don't you do that.
Yes, I'm no artist. Very funny.
Pay him no mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
Oh my god. That's hilarious. That's not helping, right?
You're not helping.
But I speak the truth. If successful, this incantation will turn imagination into reality. Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the Porxie's image steady in your mind's eye. Now then, as I taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy, I call forth to reality.
Not bad for a first attempt. Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric. Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul. You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart desires.
A name.
Pickle Fig.
All right, I've decided. Now. Go, Angelo!
Angelo. That's a Final Fantasy VIII reference. That's Renoa's dog's name. He's responding. There's way more than before, so that's awesome.
Mother,
Oh, don't cry. Mother, may I? Well, that was good. How is he, Big Luke? Big Luke? Did it work? I believe it did. You and your fledgling familiar have done well. If my eyes do not deceive, a hint of color has returned to his soul. God, I would jump for joy if I weren't so exhausted. We're so close now, Halric. As you are even now in the process of discovering this magic asks much of the invoker. As you may not have realized, it is that the same is also true of the subject. As such, we must proceed with caution. However, with further treatment, I have the utmost confidence that the boy will make a full recovery. Observing the reanimation of his stagnated soul has been most enlightening. I will still need time to put my theories to the proof, but I believe I can fashion a spell to produce the opposite effect, that is, to induce stagnation, thus enabling our safe transport back to the source via Arsite. I thought it occurred to me about this treatment. Beaklug said was the soul rendered dormant. Beaklug said when the soul is rendered dormant, the mind is separated from the mind and body, that a person becomes incapable of interacting with the world around them. Does that sound like a lot? Does that not sound a lot like some of the tempered back in the source? Not really. It is the fate of most tempered to become slaves to primals, save in a handful of cases. Or am I missing something? You are. If I can master this technique, the art of revitalizing the soul, I know of at least one in the source who could desperately use such treatment. Gabu! Gabu! Who can save him? Who can save Gabu? Exactly. His condition is uncannily similar to Halric's, is it not? The only difference being that his soul was suffused with the earth aspect of ether instead of light. It follows that his soul is subject to some similar kind of stagnation. There may be a chance we can save him, right? Forgive me, but who is this Gabu fellow of whom you speak? Somebody from the first. It's a kobold, and your word is Mord. I see, his condition does sound familiar. Yet there is much and more about the soul that remains unknown even to me. I say this not to discourage you, you understand, but to remind you that this is delicate work we do here. Work requiring patience. Of course, as long as there is hope for the patients here, I will devote whatever time it is needed to see this through. But I refuse to spend the time in idleness. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay here with Angelo and continue with their treatment. The two of you should return to the Crystarium with Beak Luke and see if you can't make some headway with their newly posited theories. I would tell you the rest first, but I see you're not to be convinced. The fire of youth. Let us return to the Crystarium then. Finally, I found you! Hey, it's Kaishir. What you doing, buddy? Kaishir? What are you doing all the way out here? There's trouble back in Yulmur. Lady Chai is beside herself, sighing, pacing the whole lot. Near enough begged me to go and find you. Sighing and pacing, you say? It must be urgent. I take it I will return to the Crystarium alone. Go on, then. It's not as if I have anything for you to do. Thank you, Beaklug. Beaklug. A big loogie. Sorry for bothering you all that, but she says the future of Yulmur is at stake. Wow, that's insane. Kaishir is anxious to see you and Alpha back to Yulmur. Lady Chai is up in the parlor. Best not keep her waiting, eh? Yeah, you got it. Alright, so why are we waiting? Let's just freaking go to Yulmore. To Yulmore. I got a scratch, an itch. Oh, well, not here. It seems out of the ordinary, though I do not see Lady Chai anywhere. What? System software update? No, not now. Not now, PlayStation. Probably pacing around outside again, staring off into the distance and all that sign. Strange. Let's see what we could find here. We can find, yeah, if we can find her and discover the source of her distress. I believe she's back here. Yep, found her.
Oh, thank heavens you're here.
Lady Chai, whatever is the matter?
I knew not where else to turn. Oh, this is all too much for my poor heart to bear alone.
Alone? What of Master Chai?
But that is the very reason I summoned you. He's gone.
What? What happened?
It all began after the events at Mount Gulg. With Lord Vorthry out of the way, we all agreed that a new leader must be chosen.
And so you held an election?
Yes, well, sort of. Not a single person volunteered to stand, you see. After a lifetime of leisure, we free citizens have grown somewhat indolent. Readapting to the harsh realities of life is trying enough, but to take charge of a broken city as well? No one wanted such responsibility. Nevertheless, Yulmore could not well do without a leader, and so we decided that anyone and everyone should be considered a candidate. And after we cast our ballots and tallied the votes, the mayorship fell upon my dear husband.
Well, given the manner in which he orchestrated the construction of the giant Talos, none could deny his leadership qualities.
But
PlayStation,
even
not
before
now.
then, he had proven himself at Daedalus Stoneworks, don't forget. He's more than qualified for the role. The perfect choice. Indeed. I told him as much when his victory was first announced. But perhaps I was too forceful in my attempt to encourage him. For shortly after that, he vanished without a word.
Oh, please calm yourself. We'll go get him.
You believe he was so daunted by the burden of leadership that he felt compelled to flee? Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes. Your husband does not strike me as the sort of man who would abandon his duty, much less his beloved wife. There has to be some other reason for his absence.
You truly think so?
Of course. Or I'm Alpha Note
What about
live
you?
every fucking year.
What do you think has become of my husband?
Ah, he's fine. Why are you asking me? I don't know. Whatever it is, you won't have fled. Probably just thinking about it. It's a lot of
And there you have it,
responsibility.
Lady Chai. You needn't worry. Master Chai loves you more than all the world, and he will return.
You will definitely return, that's for sure.
Wherever he may have gone, rest assured we will find him.
Thank you, my dear boy. You have set my mind at ease. I will trust in my husband and await his return.
There, finally. A notable absence from all the comforting words. Alpha is plainly troubled by Master Chai's sudden disappearance. It makes no sense for Master Chai to leave without a word, but even if he had, he would have not done so unobserved. Someone here will have seen something, I'm sure of it. We should split up and inquire as to whether anyone saw him leave, or failing that, it would have any idea where he might have gone. I will meet you at the Glory Gate to compare notes later on. Glory Gate. Okay. So we got information in the canopy. Alright, get Moen. What's up, Moen? Master Shai, well, yes, I spoke with him recently, though I recall he was in a rather dour mood, concerned about Yulmer's neglect of industry, you see. With Lord Vostri's apparently exhausted stores of meal and no great money from me, it's little wonder our businesses here were all but forgotten under his rule. But I assured you, Master Shai, that the Boutique of Splendors would do all it can to contribute to the revival of the trade here in Yulmer, which seemed to satisfy him. He took his leave soon after. Okay, cool. Our exchange got me that info. I don't need to read those. They're just little, like, side notes, you know, stuff. Let's go to the mainstay. Okay, no. To the derelicts then. Night Soul Pots. Because they love taking me to that Night Soul Pot. Of course, this would be the one time. The one time. Stopping derelicts. Hathen Bet. I recall a man fit in the description, asked to speak with the poor buggers lately came from right. Said he wanted to know the state of things down in Derelicts, and you can be sure we gave him an earful. Lack of food, medicine, clothing, there was plenty to tell. We hunt high and low, whatever we can scavenge, and it's barely enough to fill our bellies. But folk here don't want to survive, they want to thrive. But he heard that he started mumbling to himself something about finding us work, I think. Fair play to him, though. Not content with having his ear chewed out by the Derelicts, he asked about the other settlement and all. After all that, I can't really say, but it looked like he was heading for Gate Town, then I last saw him. Yep, cool, our exchange got me that info. Sweet. The Dean. Not the soul. What? Somebody in here, maybe? There we go. Cordon and looking for Master Chai, are you? Is something amiss? Well, the last I saw him, he seemed really ready to collapse from exhaustion. I insisted he rest and catch his breath. We talked for a while about his concern over the city's defenses, among other things. He made more than a few valid points. Many of our men are still recovering after your confrontation with Lord Vothri and finding General Ranjit in a heap in the middle of the plaza shook us all to the core. The man commanded no small amount of loyalty, and some of our longest-serving soldiers seemed lost without him. Indeed, a number of them left. Not that we blame you, of course. Without you and yours, we would still be blind to the error of our ways. Anyway, funding permitting, I propose replenishing our ranks with volunteers from the derelicts in Gate Town. We have a duty to protect not only Yulmer, you see, but the surrounding regions of Colusia as well. And I, for one, would welcome any man or woman willing to take up arms for the cause. Indeed, I told him as much, and he seemed relieved to hear it. It was on that note that we parted ways. He headed outside, as I recall. Cool. We did all this stuff. Cool, sweet. Alpha, no. Alfie, no. He's out in Gate Town. Let's go. He's on Gate Town. Let's go. Ah, there you are. How did you fare? Have you learned anything which might offer a clue to what's Yeah, bam, 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 bam. Did you hear that? Cool. Let's go get him Gate Town. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Interesting. Yeah, he apparently paid a visit to the Queen Bee as well. And they discussed the possibility of granting admission to customers from outside Yulmore, an idea which the proprietor was surprisingly receptive in that cray. Sounds like he's got big plans for the place. Yulmore, I mean, not the Bee. Perhaps the question remains: where did he go after leaving the city? To Gate Town. Did you not hear me? Or the people with the fur above carefully considers the best to look next. All we know is for certain that Master Chai has shown a great concern not only for Yulmore, but its surrounding settlements. It seems logical that having consulted those within the city walls, he would wish to do the same to those without. Firemac, if you would go and make inquiries in right, I shall do likewise in Stilltide Gate Town. I leave to you, Kaishir. Fair enough. Where should we meet when we finished? Well, Top Rung seems me to be his next most likely destination. Let us reconvene there. With any luck, one of us will have stumbled upon him by then. If not, we will be well situated to continue our search. Whew. Speak with Hasselot. Haste-lot. Yo, can we get some Haste-lot? Or we just get some Haste-lot? Hello, Haste-lot. How you doing? Talk to me, baby. No, the name doesn't ring any bells, but there was a rather dapper-looking Mestel gentleman not long ago. He wanted to talk about relations between Wright and Yulmore, or rather, the lack of them. We lost great many people for their promises of meal and a chance of lavish life among the free, and Vothri thought to take even more from us, conscripting the few able-bodied men we had left to guard his paradise. I needn't tell you what happened when the Singers came. Such things are hard to forgive, but Vothri's gone now, and we're curious to see what will become of Yulmore in his absence. That's what I told your friend Chai Nuz, was it? And I'm sure the others said the same, not what he wanted to hear, I suppose, because he left soon after, and that was that. Dude is just deep in thought, man. He's gathering how everyone feels. Where the heck are we meeting? Up there? Dude, why up there? He's just gathering thoughts, man. You just want to know how everyone's state of everything so you can be a good mayor. Clearly, right? I mean, or maybe he's... I don't know. Maybe he thinks it's too much work. But he continues asking people stuff, so maybe no, I don't know. I think he's just looking for information. He can be a better mayor. Better mayor. So he paid a visit to both Wright and Gate Town as well, did he? I see Kaishir and I gleaned much the same. He seems determined to salvage what goodwill might yet remain among the settlements of Colusia, the only likely place he has yet to go being Amenity. Come, if we are quick, we may catch up with him. Oh, we're catching up. We're gonna tackle him. I'm gonna tackle him too. Like, where do you think you're going? Bow! Bow, bow, bow! Bow! Bow, 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 bow. Don't you worry, don't you worry, don't you worry. Look, what's up, Chai Nuz? Caught up to you. We caught up to you. We caught up to Chai Nuz. Chai Nuz. Firemac, Alphano, Kaishir, what are you doing here? We might ask you the same, Master Chai. We have been looking all over for you. Looking for me? Whatever for? Lady Chai has been nigh inconsolable in your absence. She claims you disappeared without so much as a word and bade us turn you to her side. What in the blazes are you talking about? I left a letter for her in our chambers. That I suppose she could have overlooked it, and then when she gets an idea in her head, I can only apologize. No harm done, Master Chai, but since we are here, I'd like to ask what compelled you to come all this way. We were told you had been elected mayor, and from what we gathered from the nearby villages, you have been inquiring about the people's grievances. Is it safe to assume that you mean to take office? Now, let's not jump to conclusions. I did seek to learn about the problems faced by the people of Colusia. That much is true, but I am no means sure I am the man to solve them. Tackling our many challenges will require resources, and until I have secured them, it would not be right to assume the role of mayor. I see. And you believe said resources could be found here? Indeed, the people's grievances are many, but in the course of my inquiries, I have already met with several individuals willing to lend their aid in addressing them. However, there remains one individual crucial to my plans, a man whose counsel might yet make a mayor out of me. A mayor of me. With respect, with such forethought is in itself proof of your suitability. The city needs you, Master Chai, and I am certain this man of whom you speak, wherever he may be, will reach the same conclusion. For what little it is worth, we will vouch for you should he require convincing. Whatever you need, you can count on us. We believe in you, Master Chai. I don't know what to say. You don't need to say anything. You've got your actions to speak for you. For as long as I can remember, all I ever wanted was to make it into Ylmer, but that dream's gone now. Burst like a bubble, or boil, more like. Anyway, outside of repaying Master Alphino, I haven't had a clue what to do with myself. Spent most of my days and days, but you've been running up and down trying to find a way to fix this mess for everyone. And I reckon you can do it. You got this lot up in Mount Gold, didn't you? How hard could it be? You're going to steer Ylmer to a better future, I know it. And I want to help, properly help, do something that makes a difference. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll work it out on the way. If you let me come with you, that is. You give me entirely too much credit, the lot of you. I can't deny it gives me a heart. Come then, let us press on together. Thank you, Master Chai. But we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. Ylmer needs more than a man with good intentions, which is why I am here, to find one with the experience needed to see the city thrive. Who is this man exactly, and are you certain he's here in Amity? Rendon is his name, and yes, he is, or was. I had scarcely begun to explain myself when he decided his time was better spent elsewhere. He served as chief advisor to Vothri's father when he was in office. If Ranjit was the mayor's right hand, one might say Rendon is the left, and between them they kept Ylmer on the road to prosperity. The city needs more than a mere man of business, which is why I must find him. But if you do, what makes you think he will listen? Before giving chase, might it not be wise to speak with those who know him here in Amity? They may be able to shed some light on his reason for rejecting your overtures out of hand. Yes, I suppose that makes sense. Perhaps we should start with Tristol then. As I recall, I made a rather favorable impression on him. I'm certain he would be willing to talk to us. We're on for the people. Cool. Greetings, friend, and you too, Mr. Chai. I presume you're here to ask after Rendon. I couldn't help but overhearing your earlier exchange, because we were pretty loud. Yes, well, and with Vothri gone, Ylmer wants for a leader. Should no one rise to the challenge, the city could very well collapse. I came here seeking Rendon's counsel, in a hope that we could build a Ylmer together, and it is still my wish. But given how abominably you were mistreated there, I will quite understand if you choose not to help. Worry not, Master Chai. I bear no grudge against you or the people of Ylmer. I would not see you suffer for Vothri's villainy. As you no doubt gathered from your meeting earlier, Rendon can be rather uncompromising. There we go. He has his principles, you see, and little patience for anyone he deems less and committed to their own. Your desire to right the wrongs of Ylmer's past is quite admirable, but I fear guilt you bear on the city's behalf works against you. I can see it in your eyes and the way you carry yourself. It goes without saying, he sees it as well. You must let those feelings go, Master Chai. Be more assertive. Commit to this course. Prove to him Ylmer has a resolve to change. The resolve to change. I believe he was heading towards Pit 8 when he left, and if you plan to go and speak with him, I suggest you be firm and clear in your intentions. Very well, to Pit 8 we shall go, and I will not take no for an answer, nay, not even a maybe. Okay, cool. We're gonna meet this Rendon. Rendon. What's up, Rendon? Where you are? You're a dapper young fellow.
Well, well, it's you again.
Oh, it's voiced. Cool.
Well, I see you've invited your friends. Need them to fight your battles for you, do you?
I didn't invite them, as it happens, though they are indeed my friends. Well, not only mine, but every true Yulmoran's. They are the ones who awakened us to the truth, to Lord Vorthry's villainy, the famous warriors of darkness.
Are they now?
Yes, they are. It would be no exaggeration to call them our saviors. We owe much and more to their kindness, but we cannot depend on that kindness forever. To do so would be a little different from entrusting our affairs to Lord Vorthry. Nay, we must learn to stand on our own 2 feet. And I would have them present to witness my attempt.
Hear, hear, Master Chai.
Your sentiments are admirable. Yet admirable sentiments do not a nation make. In my capacity as advisor, I once strove to build a better Yulmore. Gave honest counsel to my superiors, drafted laws for the benefit of one and all. But in time, my values fell out of favor. There was no need for them in this paradise Vorthry was creating. And so I left my homeland behind. But you, Chai News, you were content to wallow in indolence under Vorthry's auspices. And so I cannot help but ask myself what manner of nation you intend to build.
News? It's freaking news. This whole time it's been Chai News. I'm still gonna call him Nuz, whatever.
I can offer no simple answer to that question. But this much I will say. It is my hope that Yulmore can become a nation which her citizens might freely choose to build together. A great many people, myself included, flocked to Yulmore seeking sanctuary. The alternative being to live in fear and die in pain. It seemed an easy choice. And sanctuary we found. As much food and drink as we could ever want. Secured at the cost of the surrounding villages. Little wonder the people gathered at our doorstep, begging to work among the bonded. The free were blind to it all, of course. Content to, as you say, wallow in indolence. In ignorance. Were I mayor, I would first take stock of the city's resources and see that they were assigned equitably. Our days of reckless consumption are behind us. The distinction between free and bonded died with Vorthry. The needs of rich and poor alike must be considered if our nation is to survive. To which end I would take steps to secure channels for supplies, rekindle relations with nearby settlements, who re-establish industry, reach out to neighboring nations, and the list goes on and on. But I am no ruler, nor even a politician. I am an entrepreneur. My expertise lie in planning and profit. I haven't the knowledge or experience to run a nation. Please, Rendon, will you not help me? together, we could solve the city's problems. Build a Yulmore for the people.
A Yulmore for the people. I rather like the sound of that. But before I offer you my counsel, I would be certain of your ability to perform the duties of office.
You would?
You ask me to help you solve Yulmore's problems, but first I would see you solve one on your own. Accomplish that, and you will prove both to me and the people that you are a man worth following.
Alright, cool. Chinese. Right then, and is there a particular issue you would have me resolve? You seem to have conducted an assessment of the problems that Yulmore now faces. I assume you will agree, therefore, that the matter of dwindling food stores is the most pressing. Ah, yes, meal being neither a desirable nor less sustainable option, I assume alternative foodstuffs are now required to fill the void. And a man who hungers is not likely to contribute much to society, save violence, perhaps. Now tell me, how do you propose to solve this problem? Give me a satisfactory answer and I will consider offering you my counsel. A combination of measures would seem to be in order. One to address the immediate issue of supply and another that of production. Go on. For the present, Yulmore's coffers can be used to purchase food from our neighbors. This would afford us time to address the underlying problem that affects us all, the long-standing neglect of agriculture. The villages that once served as sources of trade for foodstuff must be repopulated, their means of production restored. This assumes, of course, that we can rekindle relations with our neighbors, guarantee security, stability in the region, and most importantly, find people willing to leave the city and take up the rebuilding effort. My, think of all that by yourself, did you? Well, yes, it began as a rather abstract plan I drafted some time ago after speaking with the peoples of Yulmore and the nearby settlements. You've impressed me, Chinas. I have? Well, that is a relief. Oh, you haven't secured my support just yet, only my intention. Grand plans will not be enough to persuade the masses. If you would ask them to rebuild, you must provide them with a means to do so. A fair point, Rendon, one that I have given much thought. I propose the use of Talos to aid in the establishment and maintenance of these settlements. Their employment should drastically improve efficiency and ultimately increase production. Talos, but Daedalus Stoneworks has closed their doors years ago. Without a ready supply of the necessary equipment, the people would starve before your plans could be put into effect. Well, as heir to Daedalus Stoneworks, it just so happens that Talos are my field of expertise. And with a little help, I'm quite certain we can acquire what we need in no time at all. Ding, 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 ding.